Hello all. In this tutorial, we will see workspace setup. So in one of the last video, we have seen what are the available features and UI navigation in workspace. But how do we set up this workspace? How do we enable fields? How do we enable objects? And then how do we enable different features in workspace? All that we'll see where we can configure and how to set up. Okay, so for that, go to setup and maintenance. So click global search. So search for the task, configure adaptive search. So this is the setup page where you can see. So the first tab is monitor. So monitor is nothing but so all the schedule processes related to this workspace will be listed here, and we can see the progress, and then different we can submit a process, and then we can schedule a process. All that we can do from here. Okay, the first one is periodic refresh. So this will be so by default refreshed in every 1 hour. So all the workspace data will be refreshed. Then publish process. If any change to the workspace task, right? So if we enable something new object or new field, so then we might need to publish this workspace setup. So that process will show the progress here, and then the status. And and related and also in the maintenance, we can see like if any searchable updatable boxes enabled or disabled, so all that will get synced here. So the next process is if any changes in the territory and resource hierarchy, so that will get updated here. And then update aggregates. So if any counts, like a total number of activities or total number of opportunities, so those kind of activity, the counts we can see in workspace. So all that counts will get updated based on this process. And if any security access related to workspace, so workspace is mainly based on the workspace security is mainly based on access groups. So all the security access will get updated. So if we synchronize access rules data. Okay, this is all about monitor tab. Here we can see monitor processes, we can schedule, and then we can cancel. All that we can do from here. So we don't need to go to schedule process area, and then we need to submit. So all the related processes from here itself we can schedule. So we can also find this process in schedule processes tab. So the other tab is setup. So once we click on this task, we can see objects and fields related to this application. So this task while can take some minutes, because it has to load all the objects and all the fields available in the application. So after loading some time, so we'll see this screen. So where we can see all the objects by tags: common objects, sales objects, service objects, custom objects. So we can enable custom objects also. So, but and like in case of a opportunity, we can also expose revenue lines as a object. Okay. So once we enable this, so object is enabled, but if you want to enable the fields, so we need to go to advanced. So once we enable this task, so we have two options: full publish or partial publish. So full publish is nothing but, so it will publish the complete setup. It will be refreshed, but it means it will change all the things. But partial publish is nothing but uh, the publish only for specific object. So if we click on partial publish, so will get a screen to select object, and then we can publish all the changes we did for that changes. So by default, it will be available for the enabled objects. So for all the enabled objects, we can make these changes, and we can publish only that particular object changes. And then so now we'll go to so if you want to edit account fields, then just click on account object, and then we'll see the list of fields, list of all available fields. And then we can, if it is not enabled, we can enable. To see the field here, so we need to enable searchable. We need to enable searchable as checked in application composer. And for other search options, we can enable these options. And to see any child objects or related objects, so we can expand this account, and then we can enable the related fields. Also, we have a pre-filtered option, so to show the records in 1 year or 2 years or no limit. Okay. So this is about setup tab. So the next one is parameters. So parameters are nothing but like to change the workspace behavior. We can provide some parameters. These are more likely to profile options for workspace. So all the profile options kind of a thing we can provide here itself. Suppose enable group by in workspace. So it will show the default value and the minimum value, maximum value it supports, and the current value. So based on this, we can set the profile option. Suppose enable mass update. If you want to disable mass update, we can just put N here. And record level navigation. So if you want to disable, we can just use this profile option. Okay. Maximum number of records for export. So by default, it is 2000 value. So the maximum value will be 10,000 per export. So we can change it. So all of these profile options are available. So we can change as required. And some of the advanced parameters, these generally not, we don't need to change, but in case if we want to change the values, so we can change, but it might be not recommended to change. But in case if we want to change still. For the requirement, we can change it. So the next tab is configure UI. So this is a simplified version of like we can say setup, but here we can just change the settings of account or any other objects that were enabled. So suppose here, even though we enabled a field or object in the setup, if you want to, if you don't want to show in the UI, so we can still disable here. Okay, so it is one more layer settings. So configure UI. And if you want to disable create, export, mass update features, so we can do that per object. And if you want to enable or disable mass update, we can do that. So which fields can be enabled for mass update or disable mass update, which fields can support, all that we can see here. And the last search is global, configure global search. So here we can search, we can change, or we can make changes related to search results. So suppose in account, if you want to give that search name as organization name, so we can give it here, or we want to enable the search based on account name, so we can do that. So but this is all based on the search behavior. This is to change the search behavior. So similarly we can see the other for other objects also. So this title is nothing but like when we go to the workspace UI, we can directly search with the registration number. So if you want to change this particular field, so we can go and we can change with the different field. So that is all about workspace settings in Oracle Fusion Cloud.